you'll always have a poor relationship with people who reflect those aspects of you that you have denied. You can call it a poor relationship, an unhealthy relationship, a not so good relationship, whatever word you use to describe that. But you get what I'm saying. People in your life will reflect those aspects of you that you have suppressed, that you have denied, that you have avoided. And because you aren't in right relationship to those parts of yourself, you will always be, let's call it, in a wrong relationship to those people in your life. They will trigger you. You'll have some sort of story about them, certain beliefs, a certain viewpoint, a certain narrative. And you see, this is the very resistance to those parts of yourself that you have been avoiding. Might look like a victim view on, let's say, authority or boundaries or hierarchy or protection. These are some of the qualities of the masculine. Or it might be certain narrative, certain view, a distortion of certain aspects, such as openness, sensitivity, receptivity, fluidity, creativity. And you see that these are aspects of the feminine. And you can see how these aspects of both the masculine and the feminine are both aspects of you. You are just as much the masculine as the feminine. And if we're denying these aspects within ourselves, then we tend to have a poor relationship with people in our life that mirror those aspects within us, that reflect those aspects within us. Let me give you some grounded examples. Let's say you're a father and your son is expressing more of the feminine essence. He's creative, he's open, he's sensitive. But now you see this openness, this sensitivity as a weakness. He's not afraid to feel his emotions. He's sensitive, he's receptive, he's open to feeling his emotions. And you tell him, stop crying. Crying's for babies, crying's for girls. Men don't cry. See, this is the poor relationship that the father has with his own feminine essence, his own fear to feel his own emotions is being projected on his son. And this viewpoint of what a boy or a man should be is distorted. And it's the very resistance to these aspects of himself creates an unhealthy relationship with people in his life that are simply reflecting these aspects of himself. And because he has an unhealthy relationship with these aspects of himself, he will always have an unhealthy relationship with people that mirror that back to him. So you see, this healing relationships actually starts with healing the relationship with oneself, integrating these aspects. One who's integrated those aspects of himself has harmonious relationships with others because one is experiencing the inner harmony of the whole. No aspect of oneself is being denied or avoided or suppressed or abandoned or rejected. Let's say, and give you another example, the reverse. Let's say a woman is in some relationship, her husband or her boyfriend, and there is a resistance to the embodied authority. There's a resistance to the discernment, the decisiveness of the masculine, taking action, the clarity of the masculine. And the woman then has a narrative, a viewpoint. She sees that authority as controlling, as dominating. She sees that discernment and that decisiveness of taking clear action as threatening. So there's pushback, there's resistance. Instead of trusting that authority, instead of trusting that clarity, there is a fight. There's resistance to it. And you can see that this mirrors that same tension, struggle, war within. When one's not in right relationship, when one's not integrated, the masculine and the feminine within themselves, then they experience that war outside of themselves in these relationships in everyday life. That lack of trust, that feeling that it's controlling, dominating, is simply reflecting back that war within. Because the feminine in oneself doesn't trust that masculine to hold that space, to be that grounded support. And because it doesn't feel safe, it pushes back. It can't trust. It feels like it's being controlled instead of guided. So you can see, hey guys, you can see how in both of these examples, it's simply a projection of what's happening within. And to start experiencing harmony in your relationships, it's about integrating those aspects of yourself so that you're in right relationship to these aspects of yourself. And in doing so, you're then in right relationship to those that you experience in your everyday life, because they start to just simply reflect those aspects of yourself and reflect that inner harmony instead of that war. And it's about integrating the masculine and the feminine so that you can live in harmony, live as the harmony of the whole. If this message resonates with you and you're ready to go beyond realization and start integrating that realization, start integrating all these parts of yourself, then I invite you to not only integrate these, but embody all the aspects of yourself so that you are living as the harmony of the whole. Join me in truth.